Wism here for your chic, geek, and nerd speak. Hey, let's talk about marketing. In particular, marketing yourself as a performer. So obviously, big shocker, as a performer, you don't come with this manual or guidebook or even a PowerPoint on how you're actually supposed to market yourself, because marketing and performing are very different things. As you get into the whole world of performing, you start to learn that, well, it would be awesome to be enough to just show up and be grandiose and have someone else do all of the nerdy stuff that honestly gives us all a headache. However, for 2 reasons, I'm going to give you the rundown on why marketing matters to you. Ready? Number 1. You have to. Okay? Just get over that fact. You're a performer. Therefore, you're in the business of you. So that means that instead of relying on someone else to do it or some magical sponsorship to just rain down from the sky, you're gonna have to step up and do it for yourself, okay? Number 2, it will actually benefit you as a performer. And here's the why. Accountability. Accountability. Right? If you are on a posting schedule, then you are on a creation schedule, right? Content posted, meaning content must be created. Content creation, content posting. Then you can see what other people are responding to. This is a great way for you to start testing things for new acts or new props or new angles or whatever. As a girl, I'm constantly testing, how to girl. I just lived in a van for a year, okay? I'm getting back into makeup slowly. Anyway, this is the magical grimoire of marketing, and we're going to open it up and see the secrets of marketing. You ready? Dun 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 dun! Oh, it's blank. Hang on. Sorry. A little sacrifice for the marketing gods is in order. All right, let's see if the answers to our questions are here. They are, because we're making them up. Okay, marketing can literally be broken down into 5 simple questions. Who, what, when, where, and why. All right, so let's go ahead and start from the top. First of all, what are you marketing? Dun, 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 dun. The what you are marketing is you. You are your own product. Therefore, as you get into things, it's important to have them matter to you. Now, go ahead and understand that you are not a product that can be sold in a traditional e-commerce website. You're special. You're a custom order. That's an understatement. So the what, of course, means that you have to go through and figure out what matters to you. I'm teaching another workshop on branding, and we'll talk about exemplifying your brand, and more importantly, my 101 course, being your brand, okay? So that's the what. Now we talk about the where. Okay, internet is a big place. Very, very big place. So where are we actually posting all this content? Well, again, that goes back to what you're selling, okay? As a singer, I have to spend time on SoundCloud. I have to spend time on Spotify and kissing all of the wonderful companies that make all my gear, like my wonderful looper pedal, okay? That's something that doesn't have to be done for a fire performer. So I have to figure out what exactly am I trying to sell, right? As in, what is my product, my me, and this can change. But for right now, what side of myself am I trying to market? Therefore, that'll dictate where you're going to place it. I'll go ahead and make a rundown of social media things for you guys, because each social media platform has a different target market. What is a target market? That leads us to the who. Who the hell are we speaking to? So let's take Twitter, for example, okay? Twitter is pretty much dead for your average talking, just sort of conversational things like we do on Facebook or Instagram. Twitter is very much alive in alternative industries. Also, Twitter is your target market analysis prime point for the busy bottom liner. That's right, a lot of businesses are still using Twitter, and a lot of business people who would be, oh, I don't know, maybe looking to hire some entertainment would be on Twitter. That is just a little character, short, snappy, and hashtags are all the buzz. Whereas with Instagram, hashtags absolutely matter, and it's about the photo, right? You have to look at the way that these platforms are set up and simply make yourself be represented the way that you want to be. All right, to review, what the hell are we marketing? You are marketing you. Very, very good. Where are we marketing? Well, that depends on what side of you want to market. Very good. The next one, ready? When? And I say it like this because the internet never sleeps. Literally, the internet never sleeps. I could be sitting here, right? I'm a digital marketer. That's how I pay for my career as a musician. I could be sitting here all day, every day, and posting nonstop, and it never sleeps because when people are awake in America, they are sleeping in Australia, right? Now, I have people that love my album in France, in Australia, in all these different places, and so my posting schedule is all over the place depending on whom I'm trying to reach, okay? The other thing that I really want to advocate about the when is check out your analytics, okay? You are now a business owner of yourself. So go ahead and go into the nerdy stuff. If it seems cumbersome, literally all you have to do is go to the tubes of you, go onto YouTube and type in how to read Facebook analytics. What are analytics? Gah! I don't know that Gah will actually bring you up anything. However, all you have to do if you don't know how to do something is type in what you don't know how to do into a search bar and put how to 2019. It's all happening. All right, very good. What, where, when? Again, the when depends on whom you're marketing to. Whom you're marketing to depends on what you're selling. This is why this is all sorts of customizable. Okay? Talk to me one-on-one if you have personal questions. What, where, when? Oh yeah. Why? Why are you marketing yourself? The fundamental question that I begin with all of my clients is just why? Why do you do what you do? Because as a marketer, I'm going to be bored to absolute tears for any new client that comes and saying, well, I don't know, because it's cool. Because it's cool, because I like it, I don't know, it's what I'm good at. None of these answers are dripping in passion. None of these answers leave me submerged in your essence. None of these answers create an experience for me where I cannot get enough of you and I'm thirsting for more, right? As a marketer, as an audience member, as a consumer, as anything, right? We are looking for an experience that is unlike anything else. You are delicious and a wonderful spectacle in your own right. We all are. We all have something so incredibly different and weird and epic about us. And then all we have to do is figure out what that thing is, have the confidence to do so. All right, now we have the 5 basic questions answered. So now it's time to turn to bigger things like your ROI, okay? Throughout this video, I've avoided using the marketing speak, and honestly, I'm gonna step it up and use some now. Here's why. You are in the business of yourself, and it's time that you actually Googled what some of these terms mean. You hear them all the time. SEO, best practices of marketing, ROI, SMM, blah, 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 blah. You hear all of these things that just sort of fly through different classes. I've been in 100 business meetings at this point where people go, what's SEO? Well, it's search optimization. And then the teacher keeps going and they raise their hand again. What's search optimization? Listen, there are absolutely no dumb questions. There are absolutely no mistakes. There are only learning experiences. And there's absolutely no excuse why you cannot Google the terminology for yourself and arm yourself with the tools of education and therefore empowerment so that you are running your own show, okay? It's like getting into flow arts and not knowing what the props are called. Well, if you want to hold your own as a flow artist, even if you're not doing all the different props, it's important to have a respect for them and know what they're called. So if you're getting into marketing yourself, it's important to know a little bit about the marketing terminology. Deal with it. Okay, moving on. Your ROI. Your ROI is your return on investment. It is very important for self-preservation that you invest what you are getting out of it, okay? When I start coaching people to transition from a traditional job into an entrepreneurial lifestyle, I call it the 9 to 5, 5 to 9 model, okay? Do not quit your day job because you've decided you want to be a singer. Great, because that is very stressful. So instead, keep going, keep doing your bad self at your work, and then in the meantime, start building things after your work days, right? So therefore, you are putting in and investing what you're getting out of it. Now, the more you put in, the more you get out. If you have a marketing strategy, I'm going to repeat that again. Your ROI, or your return on investment, equals what you get in and out if and only if you have a marketing strategy. Let me explain what the hell a marketing strategy is. Okay, if every day I open my cell phone and just begin hemorrhaging content. Okay, well, I have a YouTube video that can go there. Okay, I'll post this on Instagram. I'll post this on Facebook. And, well, I have a show coming up in a month, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Oh, what? It's time to go busking? Okay, well, just hang on a second. Let me do I don't know, like a Snapchat video of this, I guess. If you are at a point where you're constantly trying to catch up with your marketing, or you're just trying to post, there's a big difference in posting for fun and posting with a strategy. So with marketing, how I like to look at it is like, imagine a jar of buttons, okay? So you have a huge jar of buttons. These are all of the posts that you're going to post in a week. Now you have two options. You can either take the jar of buttons and the sound of buttons dropping, drop the buttons everywhere, and then you're left with a bunch of mismatched items on the ground. Or you can string them together, and then when you dump the jar, even though your posts or your buttons are still scattered all over the place, there is a connecting string that brings them all together. Because check it out. Again, you are in the business of you, and you are creating your own strategy, personalized, customized to you. So therefore, you get to drive traffic any direction that you want. For example, if I am absolutely super excited to launch my new page on Patreon because I am doing fire boudoir, I'm getting into avant-garde things and all these wonderful items, and I just launched a Patreon for Wesm. Not that this is at all an elevator pitch for me right now. If I were to launch a Patreon very recently, then I would stop driving all of my traffic to Facebook and start driving it all to my Patreon. Now, how do I change the direction of my traffic? Well, that's easy. That goes back to the hashtags and also something called the call to action. Look, people are bombarded every single day with a whole bunch of information with a ridiculous amount of pictorial symbology and just constant stimulation on their cell phone, right? The internet is a big place. It's not that you aren't special, it's that people aren't seeing you because there's just a lot. This is a hyper-saturated market, right? So what you need to do is you need to take their little interest and they're like, yay! And give them something to do. When you start developing fans or people that are loyal to you, people that stand by your side, they always want to know how they can help you next. Obviously, in the performing world, it's really, really nice to receive a monetary tip. However, that doesn't often happen, especially just through like an Instagram interaction and stuff like that. Instead, what you do is you give them a call to action. Thanks for watching, because I know you watched it. I appreciate your support, because I'm just going to go ahead and assume you're supporting me and live in that reality. The call to action then is inserted underneath my pretty little hashtags, a little emoji. It's all in the post, right? My call to action is click here to subscribe, check out my new website, like and share. Whatever it is you want them to do, more importantly, wherever it is you want them to go next, that is your call to action. So if I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe this lovely new Patreon that I've got going on as I build my website, I'm going to literally start tagging my videos with the word Patreon. I'm going to literally go to Facebook and say, hey, you can totally support me in a super cool way and help me buy dog food. Insert picture of my dog. You ready? Dog. Anyway. So with that, I'm going to start driving them to Patreon. Now let's say I go ahead and I build myself a website. Well, that's darn tootin' stellar. Woot woot! So now I'm going to drive everybody to my website and then drive them out to the different places all through my website, right? This gets into internal linking structure and external linking structure. This gets into the wonderful SEO, search engine optimization, which includes the metadata and alt text and all these things. And once you start metadataing up your stuff, oh my gosh, your ROI tenfold. Again, you're sinking time into this. There are those of us that are editing photos and editing videos and doing a great job, and the only reason that we're not seeing it all string together is because we're so transfixed in the moment that we're not zooming out to actually say, how is this going to work all together? What is the bigger picture? Imagine again, if everything you posted in the last month could be strung together and give them a call to action that drives them, aka drives traffic, to where you actually want them to end up. I personally have only been hired off of an Instagram video of me singing one time, okay? That being said, Facebook is just the big dirty hooker of the internet because everybody's on it. That I've been hired a whole bunch of times, but it's very, very messy. Instead, by streamlining everything into websites, into different websites, because I haven't always been this performer. I used to be a teacher, so I would drive everyone to my music school. Then they would book appointments with me. I'd have my auto scheduler on there, so literally I didn't have to do any interactions and schedule myself for anything. They were able to book and click and do all the things, and it was color coordinated, and I would just get a scheduled email to me. It was like having an assistant that was just the digital, really well organized, pre-set up version of myself. All right, one more thing about your target market analysis, okay? This is the whom. We all have our own aesthetic, okay? It is very important to understand. This goes into the workshop of being your brand. To pick your theme, yes, and stand by it and make it cohesive and make all the beautiful handles match and your hashtags match and all that and blah da 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 da. It's also important to have a couple different flavors of your own marketing persona. So for example, here's the mini grimoire of marketing. In front of you right now, I'm playing two different commercials, okay? This one right here, this says, cool, boy, fire, big, dragons, whoa, fast pace, oh my gosh, very exciting. This one, this is witchy and dark. It's not as clear what it is, and yet it's mysterious and it's fun, and I want to know more, and I feel seduced but confused, but I like it, okay? So these two commercials have something very in common. All these are exemplifying the people that they were made for, okay? Now the cool thing about these is that you can very clearly see that I'm appealing to two different target markets, even though these two people perform together, okay? This one, obviously, super cool, awesome. I'm a big time fire performer, fire, fire, fire. That's what they are focusing on. Sweet deal. Over here, this one's all about the music, the singing, the lusting in the silence, waiting for the new EP, all that jazz.
Hello, creeps and creatures. Remember those cute dogs you saw? Yeah, well, they interrupted the last part of the video through barking. So now you just get me and some stock footage. Let's go ahead and take a brief review on what we learned today. Marketing is very simple. Answer the who, what, when, where, and most importantly, your why. Then you figure out who you are marketing to, where you are marketing to them, what you are actually marketing, when you need to, using Facebook analytics and all the other platform analytics, and then of course the why, because your story absolutely sets you apart. Remember to keep your ROI in a balance by simply implementing a marketing strategy ahead of time. Practice does not equal perfection. Practice equals permanence, meaning if you set it up right and you get the muscle memory, both in flow, in physical performance, as well as digitally performing, you're going to have a showstopper every time. I will take this last segment to once again emphasize to get cozy with your geek, chic, and nerd speak for yourself. You are in the business of you now, so if there was something in this video that you don't understand or you have more questions, go ahead and take a Google, firstly, and then you may contact me. Well, beloved darklings, it has been a symphony of fun. Now join me next time for Branding 101. This has been great. Hope you learned something. And don't forget, you are the only one on this planet that can rock you as well as you can. So keep it up. And thank you for choosing to exist.